PTCI Channel 2 and PTCI YouTube channel welcomes you to our coverage of high school football. This is our first football game of the 2019 season, and today we are in Balko, Oklahoma at Kramer Field, where the Balko Forgan Bulls will be hosting the Turpin Cardinals. So 3 out of the 4 schools in Beaver County represented here tonight in this contest. This will be the first time that high school teams from Forgan and Turpin have been on the same field since 1983. Balko and Turpin played each other last year for the first time since then. But over the summer, with Forgan not having a team since 2012 and Balko having to forfeit part of their season because of injuries, left with not enough players, 2 schools got together, decided to combine their efforts, and they've combined colors, the maroon from here in Balko and the bright red from Forgan, and they even came up with their own nickname, the Bulls. And captains are out there right now for both teams as we get ready to kick off this season. Captains are out at midfield right now for the coin toss.
Senior Noah Albert and number 65, a senior Taylor Blackburn.
Both of these, Balko here, a tradition-rich program, 5 state titles in their history. Forgan adds another one on this combined team. Turpin with 8 as well. We'll give you the starters here in a moment. We'll find out who's going which way, who's getting the ball, and who's kicking off. Okay, well, we'll start with Balko. Forgan will receive the kick. He'll be going from the right to left.
On the west end of the field.
So we'll give you the Balko Forgan offensive starters. At quarterback, a 6'3", 180-pound sophomore, Jaden Hall. At running back, a 5'8", 170-pound senior, Bryce Lane. At wide receiver, a 5'9", 140-pound senior, Blaine Sager. Also at wide receiver, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore, Mason Romju. And at receiver, a 5'9", 145-pound junior, Logan Busby. They did give us 10 starters. They'll change out from a tight formation to that wide formation. Their tight ends are a 6'2", 210-pound senior, Logan Cowan. Also a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore, Adam Creason. At guard, a 6'4", 220-pound senior, Taylor Blackburn. And also a 6'4", 240-pound sophomore, Michael Wakefield. And at center, a 5'10", 195-pound senior, Noah Albert. For Turpin on the defensive side of the ball. At nose guard, a 5'8", 275-pound senior, number 66, Brian Fernandez. At defensive end, a 5'11", 200-pound junior, number 50, Isaiah Olvera. At defensive end, a 6'2", 225-pound junior, number 88, Zane Hedrick. At linebacker, a 5'8", 185-pound senior, number 14, Logan Wills. And a 5'11", 220-pound senior running back, number 22, Isaac Hammock. Hammock will be handling the kicking duties as well as we get ready for the kickoff. In the defensive backfield, it'll be 5'7", 160-pound junior, number 15, Cesar Anchondo. And we'll get the other 2 starters here in a moment as we are set for the kickoff. Here's the approach. Toe meets leather, and the football season has been initiated. Hall picks it up at about the 15, up past the 25. Still on his feet, but forward progress stopped at about the 27-yard line. And that's where the Bulls will have it, 1st and 10. The other two starters in the defensive backfield for Turpin that were not mentioned, 5'9", 170-pound junior, number 10, Riley Ratzliff, and a 5'9", 140-pound junior, number 6, Brandon Rodriguez. So empty backfield, handoff right up the middle. He's up past the 35, so a big gain on 1st down. Up to the 36-yard line. So back to the line. Fakes a handoff. Hall keeps it to the near sideline. Avoids it, 2 defenders. There's a flag on the field. He's finally pushed out of bounds or tackled out of bounds by Harvey. Harvey not listed as a starter. He's a 6 foot, 195-pound sophomore, number 2, Peyton Harvey on that tackle. But this one may be coming back depending on what the call was, as it was in the backfield. And it is a holding call. So what was a 2nd down at about a yard or so. We'll have to see where they call the penalty at. Obviously, Turpin will take the penalty.
Penalty, the ball will be spotted on the 30-yard line. 2nd and about 7, maybe 8.
Okay, now it's 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Man in motion across the formation. Handoff to the top side of the field. Going to be tackled just shy of the 1st down. So it'll be 3rd down and about a yard or less to go. Rodriguez on the tackle for the Cardinals. The safety came all the way up to make the play.
1st down marker, 3rd and 1.
Man in motion, fakes a handoff. Hall avoids the first group of tacklers and falls forward up to the 42-yard line. That'll be enough for a Bulls 1st down.
1st down and 10.
First of the game for either team. Balko Forgan has co-head coaches on their team. Jake Regier, who actually graduated from Forgan, is a teacher and coach here at Balko. Also with Nick Nichols, who is from over at Forgan. Hall out wide.
Hall keeps it, goes to the right
Avoids a
side.
couple defenders, still on his feet. Going to be tackled near the 1st down marker. Harvey brought him down. Several other tacklers there as well. We'll have to see where they mark it. Looks like they mark it just shy of the 1st down. So it'll be 2nd down and about a yard to go.
It'll be 2nd and short for the marker.
Man in motion, there's the handoff right up the middle. Avoids the tackler, still on his feet. Oh, and tackled by the ankle. Rodriguez with a touchdown saving tackle. It'll be a first and 10 to go, as they're now at the Turpin 36-yard line, as that was Bryce Lane on the run. Man in motion again. There's the handoff, same play. This time going to be wrapped up, but falls forward as he's kind of tackled forward there by Hammock, and makes a decent gain on the play of about 4, maybe 4.5. So it'll be 2nd down, 6 yards to go. And in motion again, handoff back right up the middle. Avoids the first tackler, knocked forward on the tackle. That'll be enough for a first down as they're now inside the 25-yard line. Wills and Olvera there on the tackle. He was tackled forward maybe another three or 4 yards on that play. Bobbled the snap, Hall keeps it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of about a yard back at the 25-yard line. Nice job on the outside to force the play back inside. Hall tried to cut back, but couldn't get his footing well enough. That was Olvera there on the defensive end that helped to force him back inside. Quarterback keeper to the right, and he's brought down by the toes as he gains about 8 on the play. That'll make it about 3rd and 3. Maybe even more like 4, a long 3. Really, that play before was really the only play Turpin's been able to slow them down much. There's a handoff back to the left. He's going to be tackled in the backfield as Hammock breaks through, and it's going to make it 4th down back at the 18-yard line. So a loss of maybe a half a yard on the play. This is the same offensive set that run out. Quarterback keeper up the middle avoids the first tackler at the 10, and he's going to be brought down at just inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Balko Forgan. I was saying about this offense, very unique offense, but the same one that Nick Nichols helped to coach with his dad over at Forgan back when they were back in 2012 and beyond, and before that, and when that was also when Jake Regier, the other coach, was playing. So he played in this offense. So even though it's 2 different schools coming together, there are some areas where they're very unified that way. Hall keeps it to the right and into the end zone. Looks like they may have marked his knee down shy as he fell forward into the end zone, but knee already down. Looks like it's at about the 1-yard line. So that will make it 2nd and goal. Hall straight up the middle. And he is in for the touchdown. So the Forgan Balko Bulls take the opening kick, drive it down, and score the opening touchdown of the game. Looks like they will line up to kick the extra point. It will be number 14, Logan Cowan, a 6'2", 210-pound senior. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is no good. So with 6:31 left here in the first quarter, it's Balko Forgan 6, Turpin nothing.
The OSSA would like to remind you that the opponent is not the enemy. Cheer for your team, not against the opponent. Practice good sportsmanship because sportsmanship is everyone's.
It'll be hard for me to not do it, so I'll try my best to just stay off of it. Once again, for the Bulls, it will be Logan Cowan, who will now kick off. And an onside kick. It doesn't go 10 yards, so Turpin's going to have great field position as they try to surprise onside kick, but it's going to give Turpin the ball at the Balko 47-yard line. 1st and 10. The offensive starters for Turpin on the offensive line: number 66, Brian Fernandez; number 14, Logan Wills; number 50, Isaiah Olvera. The receivers at tight end: number 13, Bresson Edelin. He's a 5'11", 150-pound junior. And at split end, number 6, Brandon Rodriguez. We'll give you the backfield here in a moment. Quarterback is number 10, Riley Ratzliff. Fakes the handoff, runs out to the right. He's out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. There is a flag on the play. Looked like it was in the area of holding. As Ratzliff was pushed out of bounds there by Ramju. And yes, it is a holding call. Was a and they mark it back into Turpin territory at the 40, between the 47 and 48-yard line. The backs for Turpin, running backs, number 22, Isaac Hammock, and also number 15, Cesar Anchondo, who he'll line up as a split back like he is in this formation. So first and about 18 yards ago, Ratzliff right up the middle and pushes his way back into Bull territory at about the 42-yard line. So that'll make it 2nd down at about 5 yards to go. Starters on defense for the Bulls. On the defensive line, it's Logan Cowan, Adam Creason, Taylor Blackburn, and Noah Albert. There's only one linebacker. It'll be Bryce Lane. And defensive backs, Jaden Hall, Blaine Sager, Logan Busby, and Mason Ramju. Riley with the snap, option to the short side. There's the pitch. That's to Anchondo. He's going to be dropped right at about the line of scrimmage. That was Taylor Blackburn that knocked him down. A couple of other Bulls there to slow him down. And then Blackburn finishes him off. So that'll make it 3rd down and 5. Split to each side. Hammock in the backfield. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle. Breaks it to the left. Breaks the tackle. He's got a 1st down. And still on his feet. Finally brought down near the 30-yard line. 2 late flags. Let's see what this is. Looks like the Turpin side calling for the face mask, but we'll wait for the referee's call. They'll decide that one. Referee still discussing what it is. And a horse collar tackle call on the play will advance the ball even further. It'll be 1st and 10 for Turpin at about the 17-yard line. Looks like it might be even closer to the 16-yard line. Anchondo in motion. Ratzliff with the keeper to the right. He's hit pretty quick and picked up off his feet. So gained a little bit just inside the 15-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Looks like for both teams, not unusual, especially in small high school ball, that you've got your best ball handler at quarterback, and both teams look like quarterback is their favorite option to handle the ball. That's it with the hard count. They'll look to the sideline for the call. Hand off to Hammock to the right. He's going to be brought down right there.
Short gain on the play, 3rd down.
Could not quite get the number of the tackler.
Stopped by a host of Bulls.
Maroon numbers on bright red is tough to see sometimes. So 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Anchondo in motion, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. He's got a man over the middle and dropped it. Edelin had that one on his fingertips but could not quite bring it in, and it will be 4th down. He had his man beat by a couple of yards. So Turpin offense will stay out there on the field. Too short to punt and too long to kick. Shotgun formation, pitch out to Anchondo. Tries to get outside, and he's not going to get there as he's tackled near the 10-yard line. So the ball is going to be turned over on downs. Back to Balko Forgan with 3:12 left to play. The Bulls leading the Cardinals 6-0. So 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Same formation as Hall in the backfield by himself. One of those ends will back out, takes the handoff, and he breaks through the first tackle. Still fighting forward, but too many Cardinals there as he got maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 9 yards to go. As that was Lane on the carry. Man in motion. Yeah, it goes back to the right, breaks to attack. There was a flag on the play, as I think that one's going to be an illegal motion there. That play will be coming back, as it looked like it was really a pre-snap play.
Illegal motion.
Yes, illegal motion is called. So they'll go back to the down marker and mark 5 yards off of that one. So it's going to be 2nd down, 14 yards to go. Hall back under center, receiver in motion, hands it off to him wide to the top side of the field, cuts inside but doesn't get too many, maybe picked up 2 or 3 on the play. The ball at the 11-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 9. Big play here. Balko Forgan has already showed they're capable of busting some decent-sized plays, and especially with Hall at quarterback, he's capable of the big play anytime. Man in motion. Hall drops back to pass. He'll take off on a scramble run, avoids the first tackler, but good pursuit is going to bring him down before he can get to the 15. He's down at the 14, and it will be 4th down for the Bulls. That looked like that was a designed scramble, just a quarterback draw on the play.
For the Bulls.
Olvera will drop back to receive the punt. I believe it is Cowan again back to handle kicking duties. Fake it. There's a throw. He's got a man out there, and it's intercepted by Olvera. Of course, Olvera would have been better to not catch it because Turpin would have had the ball at about the 14-yard line. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, instead at the 38-yard line of the Bulls. So with 1:13 still left in the first quarter, Turpin trailing 6-0. They have their second possession as they have held serve on that drive after failing in their first attempt. Ratzliff's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Just no hole there. Yes. Logan Cowan and Blackburn in on that tackle. So 2nd down, 10 yards to go. So shotgun formation on Chondo in the backfield with Ratzliff. That's going to be an illegal motion penalty. That's going to put the Cardinals back another 5. Or defensive encroachment there is the call. Offsides is what the call is. So instead, Turpin's going to get 5 yards forward. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Junior class would like to let you know they are selling chances for a dozen cinnamon rolls, $1 per chance, or 6 for $5.
On Chondo in motion, hand off to him, cuts it up the middle, cuts back to the right, breaks through the first tackle, and then he's brought down at about the 27-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. 25 seconds still to play here in the first quarter. This clock has run pretty quickly as both teams have gone exclusively with the run, except for Turpin, 1 pass attempt. Could have been a touchdown, but just couldn't quite connect on that one. Ratzliff drops back out in the flat to Chondo. He's up inside the 20. And that is the end of the first quarter. It's the Balko Forgan Bulls leading the Turpin Cardinals 6-0.
Grades 7 through 12 are welcome and encouraged to join tonight's 5th quarter activities held this evening at the First Baptist Church immediately following tonight's game. If you need a ride, the van will be available. It'll be out by the concession area. All students grades 7 through 12, be sure to take part in the food, the fun, and the fellowship immediately following tonight's game. Respected the opponents, spectators, coaches, and officials necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. At today's game, everyone's behavior should be characterized by generosity and genuine concern for others. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing. This message provided to you by the OSSAA.
So we are ready for the start of the second quarter. Turpin with the ball. Just inside the Balko Forgan 20-yard line. Third down, 3 yards to go. Looks really more like 2. Ratzlaff back under center on Chondo behind him. They'll option to the wide side, and Ratzlaff keeps it. He spins, falls forward, just shy of the 15. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Ratzlaff on the carry. Short gain on the play, but enough for the first down. The ball spotted just beyond the 15. First down and 10.
Coach Justin Hanna and also 2 of his assistants, John and Jake Barnes, signaling in the play from the sideline. Ratzlaff tries to go outside. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Ball loose. Adam Creason knocked it loose, and Balko Forgan comes away with it. So for the second time, the Bulls have turned away the Cardinals, as it will be 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line with 11:21 left here in the first half. Back in motion. Hall rolls out to his right. Under pressure, he'll go back up the middle. Miss the ball loose. And a lucky bounce. There is Mason Ramju right there to cover it up, and that may be a first down, and it is a first down for the Bulls. And that's not what Turpin wants to see, is Hall running into the open territory. They almost, when he drops back to pass, they almost have to play a containment game, because that's their most dangerous weapon, is him running in open space. Wing back in motion, fakes the hand, hands it off, breaks through a tackle, and up to the 35, but there is a flag on the play, and it is on the offense. They mark 5 yards off. It'll still be first down, but it'll be 1st and 15. Back at the 24-yard line.
Illegal shift was the call.
The illegal shift was the call. And we've got a timeout on the field. 10:44 left to play here in the first half. Balko Forgan leads Turpin 6-0. So out of the timeout, 1st and 15 for the Bulls from their own 24-yard line. Receiver in motion. That's Ramju. They'll hand it off to him to the top side of the field. Breaks a tackle. Falls forward for a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Looked like Wills may have been the man on the tackle there.
Short gain on the play.
Second down, 12 to go. Hall once again under center. Receiver will come in motion. Hall drops back, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, and lets it go late. That went out of bounds. Cesar Anchondo, closest man. And if it wasn't quite that wide, he might have had his second interception of the game. Still 9.5 minutes left here to play in the first half. They'll split 2 to the right this time as they'll line up in the shotgun on 3rd and 12. Hall drop back to pass. Lets one go deep. And that's going to be too long for Logan Cowan. Rodriguez right there on the coverage. So it's going to be 4th down. And it looked like the Turpin defense there had kind of wised up a little. That they knew they didn't want Hall running with the ball and just kind of kept him contained back there so that he didn't have any wide open running lanes. Looks like they will punt this time. Cowan back, and that's going to be a penalty before the play started, so that's going to be offensive. So they'll move them back 5 yards. No, 5 on the defense. Offsides call. Really was surprised at the call period. Didn't see anybody on either team move. Must have lined up from the start of the play offside. So it will be 4th down, 7 yards to go. That does make it a little better option for them to run with it. But no, they're going to punt it. Anchondo back. He catches it, rolls back inside the 30-yard line. He's up to the 40, up past midfield, down the sideline, still in bounds, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line of the Bulls. So Turpin, all 3 of their drives now will have started in Bull territory, but they still looking for their first points on the board as they take over with 9:08 left here in the first half.
Ball spotted on the 39-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the
LC was out back at the 39-yard line. Hammock behind Ratzliff, Anchondo in motion. Quarterback keeper to the left, busted outside, and he's going to be wrapped up after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. As Ramju and Sager were there for the tackle.
Sager in on the assist.
So 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Second down and 5. Anchondo in motion. There's a handoff to him going to the top side and makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a little bit further than that. Looked like Noah Albert on the tackle.
And Albert on the stop.
3rd down, about 5 to go. Maybe 4.5. Not much of a gain on that one. Bobbled the snap, hands it off to Hammock. He fights forward inside the 30-yard line near the 1st down marker. Looks like he'll be just shy of it. Maybe a half a yard, so it's going to be 4th down and inches.
Be just short of the 1st down marker. 4th down.
Balko Forgan trying to stop Turpin on downs for the 3rd straight drive. Turpin trying to keep this one alive and trying to get on the board. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, all the way to the 26-yard line. Didn't look like the Bulls were really ready defensively, and so it was an easy first down on that one. Obviously not sure from here, but they may have gone on a silent count and just said get up there and snap it. So 1st and 10 from the Balko Forgan 26-yard line. On Chondo in motion. Quarterback drops back. He'll take off and run. Cuts it out to the outside. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and knocked out near the end zone. Did he get in or not? They'll say it is a touchdown. So Riley Ratzliff from 26 yards out ties it up. Referees kind of took their own sweet time making sure they called that. I think the referee at the end zone was making sure the sideline judge could make sure that it was good. Quarterback keeps her, can't avoid the tackler. Nice play there made by Owen Creason on the stop. And so with 6:47 left to play in the first half, we're knotted up at 6 apiece. As we get ready for the kickoff, it will be number 21, Blaine Sager, and also number 10, Jaden Hall, back deep to receive the kickoff for Balko Forgan. And for Turpin, it will be number 22, Isaac Hammock, who will handle the kicking duties. Referees whistle ready to play, and here is the kickoff. It's a short one and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That'll be a penalty. So we'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulls at the 35-yard line with the penalty. 6:47 still left to play here in the first half. They'll line up with 2 split to the short side. Hall in the shotgun. Inside receiver in motion. Hall back to the wide side. Looking for space. Spins through first tackle. Still fighting forward, but he's going to be brought down at about the 37-yard line. Gets maybe 2 yards on the play as the Cardinal defense was there in numbers to make that stop. That's what they're going to have been doing, and what they're going to have to do all night is they're going to have to tackle in numbers when Hall has the ball. There's a snap, bobbled, handoff. Oh, he's going to be dropped for a loss. As Isaac Hammock was back in that backfield, and the delay on the play did not work out well for Bryce Lane on the handoff, as he's going to be brought down back at about the 33-yard line. So that will make it 3rd down and about 12 yards to go. So shotgun formation again. 2 receivers to the short side again. Snap, drops back to pass. Cardinal defenders aren't stopping him. He lets one go deep. Got a man out there. Ramju diving for it, but can't get to it as Anchondo was on the cover. But you could see Turpin, the 3 defensive linemen, made no effort to try to get to the quarterback. They just stayed in their lanes because they did not want Hall taking off with that ball, because that is exactly what Balko Forgan wants to do. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and 12. And that will bring out the punter again, Logan Cowan. Cesar Anchondo back to receive again. Lets it go on a rugby-style kick. That one will bounce. And inside, right on the 20-yard line is where it will fall dead. Touch dead with 5:13 left to play here in the first half. It will be 1st and 10 for the Turpin Cardinals there. Ratzliff gets the call from the sideline. He'll step under center with Anchondo behind him. Hammock in motion. Hand off to Anchondo to the short side. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped after maybe a yard or 2. That'll be Blackburn on the tackle. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Clock under 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Back under center again. This time Anchondo in motion. Ratzliff keeps it to the right, busts through all the way up near the 30-yard line. He'll be either has the first down or very close. Looks like they'll mark him maybe just shy of the 30-yard line. And we've got a timeout on the field. 4:24 left to play here in the second quarter. It's Balko Forgan 6, Turpin 6.
Once again, I'd like to remind all students grades 7 through 12 that the 5th quarter activities will be held this evening immediately following the game at the Balko Baptist Church. The church van will be provided for those who are in need of a ride. And there'll be food, fun, and fellowship. Be sure and take part in those activities immediately following tonight's game.
So back out of the timeout, both teams on the field. 3rd and less than a yard to go for Turpin.
6 chances for 5.
Balko Forgan lined up in a 4-2 there right over the ball. Hand off to Hammock, and he's going to be stopped for a loss.
Hammock on the carry, Creason on the stop.
It's Creason there to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be 4th down at about 2 yards to go. So deep in their own territory, Turpin looks like they may have to punt here. Clock rolls under 4 minutes to play. And Ratzliff lines up under center. They're either going to try to draw them off or they are going to go for it. And they do call a timeout. 3:44 left to play. We're all tied up at 6 here in the first half. So both teams back out on the field after the timeout. And it's still Ratzliff lining up under center. Straight ahead on the quarterback sneak. And it's kind of like a rugby scrum in there. And looks like he's short of that 30-yard line. So it looks like the ball is going to go back over to Balko Forgan. And quite a defensive stand there on that play, on those last two plays, if it is marked short. And it is 1st and 10 for the Bulls in positive territory with 3:36 left to play here in the first half. We're just playing into some of that. We are getting, it would have been kicking into the wind. So might not have gotten much more out of a punt as well. In motion, they'll option, pitch back. Greason runs Bulls his way forward near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 21. So a nice first down gain is Greason, pretty good sized boy and able to bull forward for some nice yards. 6'2", 195 pounds. Looked like he might have been injured a little bit on that as he was brought down. Second down, long one. Maybe 2 on it. Receiver in motion. Hall drops back to pass. Under pressure, rolls out. He's got the first down and pushed out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. As Peyton Harvey then kind of came out of his lane and came after him, and that's why you've seen Turpin defensive linemen just kind of keep him contained instead of going after him. As he came after him, Hall quick enough, he just stepped outside and made a nice big gain on that play. 2:48 still to play here in the first half. Balko Forgan trying to take the lead again. And we've got a motion penalty before the snap. And this one is on the offense.
Offside called on the Bulls.
So it will be 1st and 15. Back in motion, option to the right. Hall breaks through a tackle, still fighting forward, but Hammock wrestles him down just inside the 15-yard line. Hammock, a 5'11", 220 pounds, but had a tough time getting Jaden Hall down. A big, strong quarterback. Second down, 12 yards to go. Ball at the 14-yard, just inside the 14-yard line. Back in motion. Hall keeps it right up the middle, cuts back to the right, and he's going to step into the end zone for the touchdown. Cut back, and there just wasn't anybody there that could bring him down. And Forgan, Balko, or Balko Forgan, however you'd like to say it, back in the lead. This time they'll go for 2. Hall will keep it to the right, falls forward, and they'll say he reached the ball across before it came out of his hands. It looked like it hit the ground, so definitely got it across the plane for the 2-point conversion. And with 1:56 to play in the first half, Balko Forgan takes a 14-6 lead over the Turpin Cardinals.
To broadcast this game as the game of the week. Thanks to Brock Kappelman and his crew from KSCB Sports.
So back deep to return the kick for Turpin. It's Riley Ratzliff, and also a 5'9", 150-pound freshman, number 23, Aaron Resendez. There's the kickoff from Cowan. Bounces near the 30-yard line and just covered there by Ratzliff at about the 26-yard line, as some of the Balko Forgan players were coming in on that one, so making sure that that one got covered up and they didn't lose possession there and have a turnover.
First down and 10 from the 27 for the Cardinals.
So shotgun formation, on Chondo in motion. Ratzliff takes the snap, throws it out wide. That one batted down. They'll say that was an incomplete pass, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Not sure which of the Bulls got their hand on that. There were several out there that read that play well, as they tried to get it out in the flat to Anchondo. One of the guys they like to get the ball out in space to. There's a shotgun snap, rolls out to the right, throws it back. Anchondo's got it, and a shoestring tackle probably saved a touchdown, as he's brought down at about the 33-yard line, as Adam Creason just made probably a touchdown-saving tackle there. Clock nears the 1.5-minute mark. It's 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Creason staying home at his defensive end position. Big play there. Ratzliff, quarterback keeper to the right. He's still going to be short of the first down as he gains 2 or 3 on the play.
Blackburn, Cowan, and a host of Bulls on the stop.
So it will be 4th down and 1, under a minute to play. So, Turpin's main goal here has got to be not to give the ball back with any decent field position with any amount of time left here on 4th down. Quarterback keeper, he's going to be stopped for a loss. Did not go forward as he's brought down at the 36-yard line. So it's going to be the Bulls' ball with 36.5 left to play here in the first half. They'll have an opportunity to add on. Hall under center, back in motion. The option drops back to pass.
Hall back to pass.
He'll try to break loose to the wide side of the field. He's going to gain about 8 or 9 on the play. They'll call a timeout with 25.2 left. We'll have to see where they mark it.
Timeout called by the Bulls.
It looks like it's going to be about the 27, 28-yard line. Be 2nd down and about 3. Bulls leading the Cardinals 14-6. So back out on the field, shotgun formation, 2nd down, 2 yards to go, 25 seconds left in the half. Lets one fly outside. That one dropped as Adam Creason was out there but had it go through his hands. He had enough for a 1st down. .4 now on the clock. All at the 28-yard line. Hall will get under center on this play. Man in motion across the formation. Hall drops back to pass. Avoids the rush. Out to the right. Lets one go deep. That one's going to be out of the back of the end zone. So that'll be incomplete. 4th down. 13 seconds left in the half. Had a man out there, but just overthrew him. Sager runs back out on the field last minute. He was the deep man on that play. Didn't know what the play was, so had to get the call. Roll out to the right, throws it quickly through his hands. So turnover on downs back to Turpin with 9.2 left to play in the first half. We'll see if Turpin just takes the knee or they try to bust one here. Balko Forgan will line up with 4 defensive backs. Even their linebacker will drop back about 10 yards or so. Ratzliff in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drops back to pass, lets one fly down the sideline to Rodriguez. Bobbled. Good defense there by Sager. That one will fall incomplete with 2.4 seconds left. Still to play here in the first half. Same shotgun formation. Hammock back there with Ratzlaff. He'll roll to his right, throws it back to Anchondo. Runs up the middle, up to the top side, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the 45-yard line. And that is the half. The Balko. Forgan, we do have a flag on the field. If that's defensive, that does give one more play. No, it's offensive. That is the half. With Balko Forgan leading Turpin 14-6. We'll be back with the second half. Both teams back out on the field. Last minute instructions before the start of the second half. Balko Forgan received the opening kick. In fact, they took it down and scored and took the early 6-0 lead. Turpin then tied it up at 6 apiece. And then Forgan scored one more time on a Hall scramble and then converted the 2-point conversion to make it 14-6. And Turpin will have a chance to try to even it up as they will receive the opening kick. Once again, it will be Ratzliff and Resendez back deep for the Cardinals. Anchondo and Rodriguez will be the up men. So we may see them start this second half as they did their first kickoff in the first half, as Logan Cowan was the kicker, and he onside kicked. Looks like they may have a different kicker this time. Mentioned earlier the maroon on red, maroon numbers on red jerseys are not easy to always see who's what number.
And we're set for the kickoff in the second half. Tonight's contest. Cowan back to the kick for the Bulls.
And it will be Cowan who will kick it off. And it's a long kick. That one will go out of bounds. It'll be Turpin ball at the 35-yard line, as that's pretty close to where it went out as well, as it goes out at about the 33. So 1st and 10 for Turpin at the 35-yard line. And looks like Justin Hanna's going to force Balko Forgan to re-kick it instead. He'll choose that. Well, no, now it's changed. Ball on the 40, even though when Turpin kicked it out of bounds, Balko Forgan got it at the 35. So a little bit of inconsistency there. Hammock and Rodriguez split out to the opposite sides. Anchondo in the backfield with Ratzliff as he's in the shotgun. Well, option to the short side. Anchondo buried by a couple Bulls as Logan Busby and also Bryce Lane there for the tackle. That's going to be a loss of a yard or so. Back to the 39-yard line. That big front for the Bulls getting penetration pretty consistently. Pass out quickly to Anchondo. Breaks through and then brought down at about the 48-yard line. So the quick throw out to him in the flat, and Anchondo gets up a little gimpy. And Turpin can hardly stand to lose him for too many plays, as he is a huge part of that offense. He will go out. Harvey comes in, as well as Resendez. So Ratzliff back under center, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Quarterback keeper to the right, up near the 50-yard line, but kind of turned back right before he got there, so he'll be just shy of it, and it's going to be 4th down. 4th and inches. Turpin's been in this situation several times and converted, I think, maybe 1 out of 3. So that big front for Balko Forgan has been able to stop them several times in this position. Quarterback keeper, little to the left, gets it easily as he's into Balko Forgan territory up to the 47-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Back under center. Quarterback hands it off. Hammock busting through, bowling his way forward. Ball loose. Looked like he was down. And referees are not signaling for a stoppage in the clock or anything. They are saying he was down as well. So about a 10-yard gain.
Very close to the 1st down marker, 2nd down.
They'll call it 2nd down and about a yard to go from just inside the Bull 38-yard line. And that's going to be a procedural penalty. And it's offsides on the defense, so that will give Turpin 1st down. The ball just inside the 33-yard line now for the Cardinals. Just under 9 minutes still left here in the 3rd quarter. Pitch outside to Anchondo to the top side. Spins forward as he's dragged to the ground near the 30-yard line. So gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down, 7 yards to go.
2nd and 8.
Tight formation for the Cardinals. Hammock in the backfield behind Ratzliff. Ratzliff rolls out to the right. He'll take off, falls forward to about the 27.
Hall on the stop for the Bison. Pickup of about 4 yards. 3rd down and 5.
So 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. Anchondo back out on the field. Good to see that. Although Ratzliff a little gimpy as well now out there. After that tackle, they'll line up shotgun. Anchondo to his left, split on each side. And pre-snap penalty again. And this time it's going to be on the offense. So instead of 3rd and medium, it's going to be 3rd and long.
If you're in the surrounding area in your vehicle, please turn off your lights as a courtesy to the players on the field. Please turn off your headlights.
Looks like they're waiting for somebody to turn off their headlights.
I'd like to introduce the Balko Forgan.
Looks like they've got that done.
Kendall France.
I haven't really ever understood what the big deal is on that. You see it at every game where they won't restart the game until it's off, and I don't think it's blinding anybody out there or anything. So.
Janie Rimple, Madeline Trim, Alexis.
All right, 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Ratcliffe drops back to pass. Over the middle, lets one go, and it is incomplete as he tried to get it to Edelin, but Edelin was well covered and tackled really as soon as the ball got there, so might have even had it knocked away. So 4th down, 9 yards to go from the Balko Forgan 33-yard line. This position, Turpin's going to go for it anyway. This position on the field.
Once again, I'd like to remind spectators in your cars, please turn off your lights. Please turn off your lights as it affects the visibility of the players and thereby their safety as well.
Looks like they're still waiting for somebody to turn off their lights, and I'm looking out that way. I literally cannot see a single set of car lights on.
I'd also like to make you aware that PTCI is live streaming tonight's game, and you can catch that in a replay on YouTube if you type in PTCI and then search for this game of your choice.
I think we might have got the lights finally off, wherever they were. 4th down, 9 yards to go. Shotgun. Ratcliffe drops back, fakes a short throw. He's got a man open, and he overthrew him. Had him open and overthrew him, as Rodriguez couldn't catch up to that one. And the ball is turned back over on downs to Balko Forgan with exactly 7 minutes still to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Bulls leading the Cardinals 14-6. Hall back under center. He'll have a back in motion, hands it off, straight up the middle, and he's going to be tackled near the 40 by Edelin, who is in at the safety position.
2nd and short for the Bulls.
So 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. That was a nice run there by Lane. Good opening there made by his offensive line. Hall follows, backs, breaks the tackle, tries to get outside, avoids one tackler, and he's going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
However, 1st down and 10 for the Bulls at the 44-yard line.
Back, steps back, he'll go in motion, takes a handoff, same play, cut up the middle, this time dragged down after a few yards as Wills was there for the tackle. Still gained about 4 on the play. That's just kind of a little bit of a counter. As a team, you see that man come in motion, and most of the time he's going to take that handoff and continue the direction that he's in motion. And they run that kind of as a counter. And it's really worked well for them several times, just right up the middle. Back in motion. Quarterback drops back. He's under pressure. He'll step out to the right and avoids the tacklers up the field. Once again, Hall in open space. He's going to score as he takes it 52 yards for the touchdown. Once again, it's one of those situations where the defensive lineman came after him, didn't keep contained. And if you do that with Hall, he's just too dangerous in the open field. Nobody could lay a hand on him. 52 yards later, he's in the end zone for the touchdown. And we've got another pre-snap penalty. We'll see which way this one goes. On the offense, so they'll have to try the two-point conversion from 5 yards further back.
Spotted at the 8 after the penalty. Kunkel under center.
Receiver in motion. Quarterback rolls out to his right. He's under pressure. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Avoids a couple more defenders, and he's going to be finally brought down, as that was the backup quarterback, Peyton Kunkel, number 2, running the ball there. With 5:14 left in the third quarter, Balko Forgan takes a 20-6 lead over Turpin. Resendez, Ratzliff back once again deep. Cowan once again lined up to kick off for the Bulls. This one caught by Anchondo near the 32. Cuts back outside to the 40, the 45, and steps out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals right there.
Busby on the stop. The ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line in Cardinal territory. 1st down and 10.
Ratzliff back under center, Hammock behind him. Anchondo in motion. There's the handoff to the short side, up to the 50, the 45 on his feet. Avoids a tackler and falls down at about the 33 as he kind of dove inside to avoid Creason. And if he could have kept his feet a little better, he might have been gone, but Creason did make him adjust awfully hard back inside. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Under 5 left in the third quarter. Trying to cut this back to a one-score game. Anchondo in motion again. Ratzliff looks to throw. He's got Edelman out there and looked like through his hands. Incomplete. Might have been a little bit out in front of him. Could not see for sure. And Turpin's had several of those, really 3 plays where had men open. Passes were either a little too long or just went through the hands. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Option to the wide side. Ratzliff keeps it. Going to be dropped for a loss back at the 35. 3 Bulls there to bring him down. As all 3 of them got great penetration there to blow that play up really before it even got started. It'll be 3rd down and 12 yards to go. Shotgun, Ratzliff going deep. And that one well overthrown past Rodriguez. So it will be 4th down. He was well covered there as well. Blanket coverage over there. Once again, just numbers are almost impossible to read.
Brings up 4th down.
And it looks like Turpin will try to punt here as Hammock will step back in punt formation. Several members of the punt team will come out. There's a snap, and we've got another pre-snap penalty. And it will be on the defense. We've seen this crew a few times over the years, and it seems like there's always tons of pre-snap penalties. And that's the case again tonight. So 4th down and about 6 yards to go, and Turpin brings the offense back out on the field. They'll split Hammock out. Rodriguez on the opposite side. Anchondo in the backfield with Ratzliff to his left. There's a snap. Quick throw outside. It's a hook and lateral, but dropped.
Lateral unsuccessful for the 1st down. The ball will go over on downs.
Caught by Rodriguez and then tossed over to Anchondo, but he's short of the 1st down. And it's a turnover on downs at about the 27, 28-yard line. We're still waiting to see where they'll mark this exactly. Now they've moved it up even further to the 30. 3:43 left to play, 3rd quarter, 20-6. Balko Forgan with the lead. Handoff inside to the big man. He bulls his way forward to the 35. So that'll be 2nd down, 5 to go. Look like Lane once again on the carry on that one. Back in motion. Hall drops back to pass. Lets one go down the sideline. Rodriguez there to get his hands on it. Upset with himself as he didn't get the interception. It'll be 3rd down and 5 to go.
Junior class would like to remind you they're selling tickets for a dozen cinnamon rolls, $1 per chance, 6 for $5 to be given away at the end of this quarter.
Back comes in motion. Hall cuts it right back up the middle. He's at the 40, the 50, and a shoestring tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down to the Turpin 49-yard line. Will's got a hold of his foot and just held on for dear life. First and 10 for the Bulls. Once again, that's the best offensive play for the Bulls, is anytime they can get Hall in open space. And they ran that quarterback draw play, and it just opened wide up. Good blocking up there. Hall now to the right. Grab from behind, and he's not going to make much if he made anything. Good job there by the nose tackle.
And Hammock along with a host of Cardinals on the stop. Second and 10.
Second down, 10 yards to go as they marked it right back at the line of scrimmage. Got a back in motion, handoff back to the right. He'll count that counter again. They've kind of bottled that one up. He dives forward to get a couple yards up to the 47. That'll be Lane on the carry.
Third and about 8, gain of about 2.
So third down, 8 yards to go. Hall under center again. He's got a receiver in motion this time. He'll hand it off to him. There's going to be a penalty in the backfield as he's brought down near the 45-yard line.
Olvera on the stop.
We'll see what the call is here. And they're waving the flag off there. Fourth down. And about 6 yards to go, maybe 7 on the play. With 1:08 here left in the third quarter. Looks like Balko probably will go for it here. Already up by 2 touchdowns in Turpin territory, although not that far. I'd say there's a good chance Hall's keeping the ball on this play. Back in motion. Hall drops back to pass. Under pressure, lets one go. He's got a man open. It's caught at the 25, the 20, and finally brought down inside the 15. And it's caught by Logan Cowan as he broke wide open. So it is 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line now for the Bulls. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. Back in motion. Handoff, cuts up back inside. He's inside the 5-yard line. Actually, we'll just have to see where it is, right at the 5-yard line. Yeah, just inside the 5-yard line. And the final seconds of the third quarter will run off. Both teams will walk to the opposite end of the field. We head to the fourth. It's Balko Forgan 20, Turpin 6.
for food, fun, and fellowship. And if you need a ride, their van will be available tonight following the game.
Second down, about 5 to go. All hands it off near the goal line. Still on his feet, spins out and in for the touchdown. That was Bryce Lane into the end zone. It'll be Conkle, the backup quarterback, comes in under center on the two-point conversion. Running back in motion. He'll roll out to his left. He's got that motion man, catches it for the easy two-point conversion as he was wide open. So with 11:51 left to play, Balko Forgan takes a 28-6 lead over Turpin.
With 11:51 in the fourth quarter, 28-6, Balko Forgan.
Be Resendez and Ratzlaff back deep. And it's an onside kick. Ball still loose. And it looks like the Bulls have come away with it.
Still waiting for the determination from the officials. The Bison say that, or the Bulls say they've got the ball.
And it will be Bull ball at the Turpin 43-yard line. Actually, they'll mark that at the 44-yard line of Turpin.
If you have your tickets handy that you purchased for a chance at the cake, the winning number is 961153. Take your ticket.
Hall back under center. Back will come in motion. Handoff. Up inside the 40. And brought down at about the 38-yard line by Anchondo and Edelin.
Hensley along with Anchondo on the stop. That winning ticket number once again, 961153. 2nd and 4 for the Bulls.
So second down, 4 yards to go. Man in motion, hand up, right up the middle. Bulls his way forward, still fighting forward as he's inside the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Moses on the stop. Edelin and him on the stop as well. First down and 10.
Receiver in motion this time. Hall will keep it to the right. Gets a few yards.
Hall keeps the ball, picks up a short
He's
gain.
down at about the 32-yard line. A gain of about 2 on the play. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Ratcliffe Olvera on the stop. 2nd and 8.
Back in motion this time. Hall rolls out to his left, looking to throw. Lets it go deep over the middle. 2 Turpin defenders run into each other, or they might have had the interception there. And one of them still on the ground in pain.
Defense intended for Ramju, incomplete.
Ramju was the intended receiver. That's Edelin getting up a little slow.
Third down for the Bison.
So third down, 8 yards to go. Back in motion, Hall keeps it to the right, cuts up inside. Hammock there to throw him to the ground for not much of a gain at all. That'll make it 4th down.
4th down.
So 4th down and 8. In Turpin territory, the Bulls will go for it. Looks like they're going to wait and maybe call a timeout. And they do with 8:59 left to play. It's Balko Forgan 28, Turpin 6. So out of the timeout, 4th down and 8 from the Turpin 31-yard line. Receiver in motion. Hall drops back to pass. Under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Back at about the 37-yard line as they were able to close him down in a small space so that he didn't have room to maneuver. So ball turned over on downs back to Turpin with 8:52 left to play. They're in desperate need of a score if they're trying to stay in this one. Have any chance of any kind of a comeback, they're going to pretty much have to score every time they've got it now. Ratzliff under center, Hammock. The back behind him, two split. He'll over here to the near side. Quick throw outside to Anchondo. Tries to go forward, gets close to the 35, short of it. Well, gain of a couple on the play, maybe 3. He gets up grabbing at his back as he was hit pretty hard going to the ground. Looks like he'll stay on the field. 2nd down. And 8 to go. I don't think the scoreboard's right. It says it's 8th down with 10 to go. Ratzliff will keep it to the right and just tripped up, or he might have had a big gainer there as Hall got a hand on his foot and made it a short gain. If not for that tackle, he might have been gone. Great play there by Hall. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Cardinals from the 38-yard line. Option play. Ratzliff cuts it up inside. Past the 40, still going to be short of the first down, so it's going to be 4th and short here. About 1.5 yards. Or maybe just 1 yard. Turpin's had some troubles converting some of these. Quarterback tries to go outside. He'll get it. Runs over one of the tacklers up near midfield. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals there. Did get out of bounds as well, or I guess we'll see. They stopped the clock for the first down. 6:51 left to play. They'll say wind the clock. So it's started back up again. And if they're going to get 3 possessions, they're going to have to go a little quicker than this. Back to pass. Ratzliff now rolls out to his right. He'll take off and drill to the ground at about the 38. Just an incredible hit there. As that was Bryce Lane bringing the wood. It is a 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the 38 of the Bulls.
Once again, we want to thank 102.7, Brock Kaplan and his group for broadcasting tonight's game and make you aware of PTCI. They are live streaming this game. You can watch that game.
So Ratzliff in that backfield hands it off to Hammock up the middle. He breaks through a tackle. He's into the open now. Chased from behind and brought down inside the 10-yard line, but Hammock showing some strength there as he busted through a couple of the tackles right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals at about the 8-yard line. Great running there by the fullback. Peyton Harvey comes into the game as they go to a 2 tight end set. Hand off to Hammock up the middle. He's fighting forward again inside the 5-yard line to about the 3. Ball loose. Looks like Turpin did recover it at about the 4-yard line. They've had some miscues down here in the red zone that have prevented some scores. And obviously, especially early in the season, first game, you're going to see some of those mistakes. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. Doesn't look like he got in, but it looks like he's just shy of it, as it'll be 3rd and goal. Ball inside the 1. Quarterback sneak again to the left, and he's in for the touchdown. Riley Ratzliff scores. So Turpin got what they needed to at least keep a little bit of hope alive here today. Now for the 2-point conversion. They'll line up in a tight formation again on Chondo the back. They'll option to the short side. Ratzliff tries to cut inside. No, he is denied by about 3 Bull tacklers. So with 4:43 left to play in this one, Balko Forgan leads Turpin 28-12. Balko Forgan will line up with 6 near the line of scrimmage. Hall not too far behind and just 1 man deep as they're expecting the onside kick from Hammock here. And there it is, a high pooch. Ball on the ground, easily covered by Balko Forgan. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Hall back under center, running back in motion. Handoff, busts through the 50-yard line, still on his feet. And he's going to be dragged down there at about the 46-yard line. Almost right at the 45 is where they'll mark it. That'll be Lane on the carry. Caden Moses, a freshman, number 11, in on that tackle. Several other Cardinals there as well. Hall taking his time as the clock under 4 minutes to play here. Handoff to Creason, breaks through 2 tackles, and finally brought down at about the 37-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Bulls. And that's what they run right now. They want to move the ball, keep that clock rolling.
1st down and 10 for the Bison at the 37.
Man in motion, handoff to him, counter, steps back inside, and he's brought down pretty quickly right at the 35. Hammock, the last man off the ground, in on the tackle, as well as Harvey. Clock nearing the 2.5-minute mark. Second down, 8 yards to go. Back in motion, handoff to Creason. He'll bull his way forward to about the 31. Is Olvera there on the tackle. Fernandez as well.
I'd like to remind you that next week is an open week for Balko Forgan, and the following week we'll be over at Forgan for a home game against the Oakeen Whippets. 7 o'clock kickoff.
Under 2 minutes left to play. 3rd and 5, quarterback keeper. And he's up to the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for another Bulls first down.
Rodriguez and Ratzlaff on the stop. First down and 10 from the 25.
We've got a timeout on the field with 1.5 minutes left to play. It's Balko Forgan 28, Turpin 12. So Hall back under center after the timeout. Man in motion, handoff, straight up the middle. He's inside the 20, bound to about the 16-yard line. So a nice gain on first down.
Wills on the stop.
Wills makes the tackle. Clock under 1 minute to play now. Back in motion, handoff, he'll counter back to the right. Got some open space and finally brought down at the 5-yard line. So that'll be a 1st and goal situation, 42.4 left to play. As the clock rolling again. Clock now under right at 10 seconds. They'll take a knee, and that will be the game. So the first game for the Balko Forgan Co-op, the Bulls, comes in the form of a victory over the Turpin Cardinals. So Balko Forgan Bulls move to 1-0. Turpin now 0-1. Balko Forgan is off next week. before they host O'Keene in 2 weeks over at Forgan for Forgan's first home game since 2012. Turpin will host Tyrone next Friday night, which will be another tough one for them. So once again, the Bulls have defeated the Cardinals 28-12. We thank you for joining us on PTCI Channel 2 and also on our YouTube channel. Remember, you can find us a couple places. You can either look us up on YouTube, just put in PTCI. You can see the live stream games, but also archived games there. You can also, if you're looking for that live stream, go to ptci.net, and up towards the top in the light blue area, there's in white letters, it will say live stream up there, and you can hit that, and that'll take you to whatever game is being live streamed right then. So from Kramer Field, we say good night.